I hope you are doing great. I am Behrouz Bigham, and we are back with a new session of the graphics Lumion package. In this session we are going to continue the process. Our work is almost finished. Look, I made some more adjustments to the layout. Again, I say if it is necessary in the final render and looks bad, I will change it. Generally, my workflow is like this. Nothing is set in stone, and there is always a possibility of editing. You can see now that these sections stick out from the landscape, and I don't think this is bad. It looks good, so let it remain. If you want to cover these areas in the same way I did this myself, the more irregular it is, the more it breaks away from uniformity. We styled this section this way. I placed a few grass classes here. If you noticed, we opened two layers, Environment Part 1 and Part 2. I also added some rocks and some water. As you saw in the previous session, these issues can be solved through these options. Lower this slightly and it will be fixed. We also edited the door, you see. Now I want to place 1 or 2 trees inside the area. I go to the nature tree section and the tree layer. Yes, I will place 1 or 2 cool trees suitable for the environment. The environment is very large. To improve visibility and create diversity in the trees within the shade, I think it is great to place trees with high variety. The variety of trees is so extensive that one struggles to decide which to choose and which to keep. This is also very good. You know, despite all these tools, I am still using individual single tool trees. However, since we don't want to create a dense forest, when you want to use single assets, definitely follow this method. You have to edit, place, and delete until you find what you are looking for. Thin trees are also good. I want to place them here. They create good shadows and their height is also substantial. You might say now they are all the same size, but those who watch the video carefully know that we can easily perform that adjustment. I want to select the trees we placed. For instance, this one. Although each one is quite different, look, this one is different from that one. The sense of randomness is not felt, but you can clearly see them. Select all of them. Use these options, rotation and size. I generally choose a larger size, like this. Then I will delete one of them. I don't want it to block the building. Okay, let's put some characters, personas into the scene. Let's create their layer, the human layer. We go to the people section and choose suitable personas from there. We shouldn't place everything. This is important. I want to place one person here. We need to delete this one too. Let this be here. It couldn't be right in front of the door. In the previous session, you saw that I set the video speed to double. It was almost 2 sessions because we did a lot of work and they were all related to one thing. I usually try to finish these in 1 session. If you see the speed is too high or low, you can adjust it in the player. Let me delete these. It came inside and I don't want it to be there. When setting the position, you change these and it becomes like this. It passes through a location where it shouldn't. Good. Well, they are interacting with each other. Their path is great now, and it looks like they are talking. Pay attention to this. We made a few more changes later in this session. Oh, I forgot about this one too. I'll fix it later. The rest of this project's story is almost finished here. Look, we placed 2 personas here. We also used a technique here, which is why I paused. I downloaded a fire material from Pinterest. I will also explain how to use and import it. We placed water inside it, another layer of water above that, and a glass material here. Now look at how it appears in the render. I'm actually trying to show the boiling effect in the animation. Okay, and to change these two. Replacement. I said I want them to look a bit more Islamic. Let me see what Islamic options there are. I will put this section in the women's category. Yes, I think this model is suitable. Good. Like this. Let's make this man look a bit similar to them. We can place this one somewhere too. Cancel. Let's place one as if he is waiting for it to be ready. Now look, the entire piece is one model, but I will go up and show you the editing inside Max. Let me make it slightly smaller. It's too big. Like this. Just don't confuse the material of this flame, kids. We brought it in the form of diffuse, coming from the emissive section. Like this, because previously I thought I could do it from this section, but it didn't turn out well. If we go to the effects section and place this light here, now we can give it a cool animation. The blue light is the goal. Kids, their size is large. It cannot be made this small. Yes, I think I should delete this. Well, let's consider smoke on top. No, not with this intensity. Smaller, like this. It seems that this much is enough. This is that. We also edited these sections. Look, I changed this area. What a good texture it became. We must add the AO ourselves. The rest was available. Even if it's not available, you can create it yourself. You learned the method. The only point here is that I gave the roughness a mask like this. This prevents the surface from being uniform. I also slightly increased the reflectivity. That's it. I mentioned this for the building and I will say it again. Be sure to use it in future projects. I'll go to Photoshop. See? This is what we did to create it. I pressed Ctrl Z, but it didn't go back. What we did is that the diffuse and this kettle, which we didn't need, so I'll delete it, is here. For the ground, we chose this. I will copy both and place them inside the project for you to practice. This is the plain albedo, the one without AO ambient occlusion. This is the version with AO. Now it's not very visible in this example, but look, it enhances these streaks, its shadow. The method of creation is a piece of cake. You drop the albedo here, and also drop the AO onto it like this. Now, you just want these dark spots to be on the work, and the white area to disappear. So we set it to multiply mode. Done. If you want, you can enhance it from here. Give it a layer mask and tell it to apply only to the layer below. I enhance these joints like this. Excellent. I'll save this layer too. Class. For the ground, this is the best texture I have tested. It turned out very well, because our main sections couldn't be too dry and muddy while the rest was attractive. We said we must use a mix, which gave the best result, and this was our final decision. I did exactly the same thing here. Do you see the texture? Download it. I downloaded two from the 3D Forge website. You can see that it's a ready-made set of textures from the prominent company Quixel, which puts most of them up for download on 3D Forge. Using Multiply, the shadows settled exactly on this work. I did this before, so I won't repeat it. Just let me edit this. I played with the sharpness key a little. Which one is this? See the change. The emphasis on these joints increased. Was this what you wanted? Okay, I will change this too. Ah, excellent. This is exactly good enough. These are the final personas in our scene. We added smoke. If needed, I will add fire too. Now let's focus on learning the material for this. Kids, I have an idea for this section. Let me apply this. The grass we have like this must have an angle, and I mistakenly stretched them this far. So let's pull them back. This must come inside too. Yes, the problem here is almost solved this way. You see the editing, kids? It takes much longer than the design itself. The simplest solution that came to my mind right now was this. Well, now a rectangle has formed here, and I can use the mirror material option. In the y-axis, also check the flip box. Otherwise, it won't mirror the other side. Flip. Okay, now it's enough. Now let me fix this blue one. Pull this all the way like this. Well, the other side the same way. Yes, that's it. Well, our work is finished here. We also want to learn a very good technique for creating grass in this session. I'll go into Lumion. Take a look at the grass I created here. I think it looks very good, a combination of texture and the upper layer. Then, let's take a render from here. A preview. See, is it good? I think it's good. It seems like it's sticking out a little. Especially in this section that I want to show. In Ocus mode, likely a specific view whiting preset, I will take the render or perhaps realistic. Look at Ocus. Yes, it turned out like this, roughly. The method of creation has a very small technique. I just don't know why others sometimes don't show the grass. Look, it shows it to me. Now it appeared. Yes, I mean these. I think here, because of these. What did I place? Clipped. Because of this. Look. I'll delete all of them. Ah, one of these pieces of grass is sticking up. The rest is the ground material itself. Here, more, for example, these parts that are closer to the camera are given more importance. Okay, to create this, it's enough to work on all the sections you want to be grass in Max. 3Ds Max with 2 layers. I'll hide one of them. See, it's yellow. Now we apply the material of the same soil to it. Forest floor texture. I hide this one, and this one is exactly the same copy of itself. We took a copy, and we pull it down a little. I did this. Look, there is a very small separation at the bottom. It shouldn't be too much. It's impossible to work with. Look, very small. Definitely 5 or 6 centimeters. And for the material of the bottom plane, we use 3D grass assets. I did the same thing for this. This is 1, and these are 2. After exporting and importing, this issue must be solved. I will now take the final export of this again. I will write model final for session 12. We will take the FBX format. We wait for these changes to be applied again, and now it is enough to return to Lumion. I will save all the materials of the scene once, both the scene itself and the scene materials. You only need to select one and click Save Material Set here for session 12. Well, you also see that we used some of these objects. We placed some rocks. You have to do these things. It's nothing new. I used the same tools. We placed some wood logs here, and we talked about this grass. Look at the logs. We filled this area with several different ones. And for creating the water, let me see if it looks good in this first render or not. I don't think this is suitable. So let's go to build mode. I select it. We wanted to create muddy water, but I don't think it looks good. For creating water, the first suggestion we have is to use this option. This is the most natural water in Lumion, which I think has been improved in the 2023 version. I go inside, it built the color and everything itself. I only control the scale of the waves from here because it's like a spring, collected water. We don't have many waves. Like this. We don't have a floor either. It's excellent. This is the water. For the wall, we use the same white color. Let's place some lights in this area. You have almost learned the topic of lighting, kids. We don't have anything new. It's the same. We are mainly using ambient lighting via HDRI in the sun, and artificial lighting is in this section. We said we have 3 different types of light. The spotlight performs the same functions as IES lights. The general lights are somewhat general and provide uniform light. You can use these, but our main light is this one, and the corona light. This is the best artificial light currently considered. Let me just control the weather here. Let's set it to night mode. This now needs lighting. See? It shows. Because in Lumion, we have an option called Night Light Control. For example, you enable the night activation option. When you set this to on, it automatically turns off during the day, and you don't need to manually turn them on and off one by one. I place it here. It looks good with a slight protrusion, I think. I'll take another copy of it. Just be careful about its dimensions, because it will go inside this rock now, although it is important. See, it is having an effect, so we must control it. This snap mode doesn't seem to exist here at all. Let's adjust these. I think the one above also needs editing. From these sections we can also adjust the Kelvin temperature, which is the color of the light and the degree of warmth or coldness. The closer it gets to 1000, the bluer it becomes, and the closer it gets to 10,000, roughly 6,000 to 7,000. And above 4,400 is white, 8,200 is soft blue, and 10,000 is almost blue. Also here, I usually set it to 2,800. We want this area to have a warmer light. I will slightly reduce its intensity, especially this one. I think it's good. This is exactly what we wanted. Okay, this is from this section. I'll take some. We can do the same for this section. Let me copy one of these. The better the placement we set for the light, the better the glow, highlight, and bloom effect we want to apply will look. So adjust the exact position here as much as you can. I think there wasn't much room for light there. You saw that in some places we had trouble because their position was too large. Let's go back.